Hey, friends, it's Michael Kingswood, and it's the deep dive. And hey, look, it's 2 o'clock in Pacific time, and I guess it's time to do a little deep diving because that's what we do. So, yeah, it's been a fun day here since last time we talked. And the, the son of a bitch, I'm looking for a thing while I'm talking here, and I can't find the thing that I wanted to share, which is annoying. So, oh, the hell with it. Oh, here it is. Um, anyway, the glorious thing about the last day, there's a couple different things that happened that were great. So what happened about a month and a half ago? Well, I'll go to the topic of this one, which is the Holloway thing, the the junk removal thing. So you don't know my house, but you don't know me, but I lift weights. When I moved into this house, and the previous place where I was with the ex before we became the ex, we had a extra space in our house that we rented out to a friend of ours who made his living as a personal trainer, and he brought in a power rack and the whole weight setup, and it's like, oh, this is cool. So I was making use of that, and I was getting all kinds of gains, and you know, doing lifting all the time and feeling good about life. And then the split up happened, and a bunch of stuff that doesn't need to be talked about. But I was feeling the lack of that power rack, and I, being intensely lazy, I I've had gym memberships before, and as we're being in the Navy and now retired Navy, I could always go to the base, to the workout room and the weight room there, and pump to my heart's delight. But no, no matter how many times I got hooked up with that sort of thing, it was like time came where I was, you know, okay, time to do it. It's like, oh, I got to drive 20 minutes. Oh, this sucks so much. And of course, I push through and do it, but sometimes I wouldn't because I'm lazy, and it was less than optimal. So I was feeling the lack of that power rack in the garage because when I had the power rack in the garage, I was just killing it. So when I bought this place, it was a big enough place to accommodate the kids. So when we first split up, all right, if I'm going to tell you this, when we first split up, the we did this thing called bird nesting, where to minimize the trauma and screwiness for the kids, um, I went and got a 2-bedroom apartment at a beach town here in San Diego. And since we're 50-50, we would split the kids every week. Instead of moving the kids and subjecting them to that, we just moved. We had 2 bedrooms of that apartment, and her room was hers, and my room was mine. The two did not cross. We did not cross the streams, um, and that worked out well for about a year, almost a year and a half, until yeah, and really until the whole divorce thing was finalized. And by that point, it was like, dude, not with this woman anymore, but I'm still with this woman. Who's like, who would bitch and moan about if I didn't put things away exactly the right way when I left and she came in, and it's like, you know what, the heck with this. And also, I need to establish my own thing. And she needed to establish her own thing if we're not going to be together, right? So we sold them marital house, and she got a place, and I uh, bought this place where I'm in currently. Um, as a townhouse because it needed to be big enough, well, because I needed enough room to accommodate the kids, but also even what was it? Several years ago, when we were doing this, it was even then it was like a single family house in San Diego. It ain't gonna work on my cash flow. So I got this townhouse with this awesome, and I didn't even realize it when I was looking at this house. I only cared that it had the room I needed, the number of bedrooms I needed, and it was a cool layout. It's interesting. It's the same square footage as the ex's place, but the layout is so much better. She's got one of those 3-story townhouses. I got 2-story. And so the layout is so much more livable. And this is going to sound weird, but it's from the entranceway alone. It's so much better because my entranceway comes right onto my living room and then the dining room and all this stuff, and you can come in the house and instantly start moving around. Whereas hers comes out in the middle of a stairwell. So it's got this little 6 by 6 little foyer, and then you go upstairs or you go into the back to the garage and the little bedroom area that's down her ground floor. And it's like it always becomes a bottleneck, and it totally sucks. It's the worst layout of any entranceway ever. There's no place where you can. I mean, you have this little. She's got this little bitty foyer where you can stash, take off your shoes or hang up your coat or whatever. But if you're coming in with a bunch of kids like we do, it becomes this instant, like everybody's on top of each other and it's a bottleneck and the stairs are right there. And then if you've got dogs, they're trying to go in and out. And it's the worst thing ever. Whereas my place, you come right in, you're instantly in a room and you just got room to move around, and the layout is so much better and to live in. And it's a great place. I like it a lot. I'm not a big fan of the homeowners association, but that's another topic entirely. So anyway, I got this place and settled in. And as I was settling in, is like, dude, I need a power rack because I missed that immensely. And so I immediately went and did some research, found a power rack that I thought would be going to be good, and it's by a company called Archon. And dude, it's the best because I love it a lot because it's got the rack, but it's also got the built-in weight tree on the back of it. So didn't have to get a tray from a plates, and it's all it's efficient on space, and it's got the pull-up bars on built in and so stuff, which all power racks have pull-up bars, but it's all nice and it fits nicely into my garage space there. And I already had my heavy bag, so I hung up my heavy bag next to it, not far enough away that I can use it. And so for the last couple of years, I've been, you know, lifting and punching my heavy bag, and my boys come over and they punch the heavy bag. And now that my oldest boy is, dude's getting comparatively big and comparatively buff. He's 13, but he's already taller than his mom, and he's like 3 inches shorter than me now. And so he's all into. He goes to boxing classes. He's all into that because I forced him to go to boxing. And when he comes over, he's like, "Oh, let's lift." And it's like, "Okay, let's go, let's do it." So that's the background for this junk hauling thing. So I had this couch and this love seat that I bought way back in 2004. Yeah, 2004, 04. And the kept it through multiple Navy moves. And towards the end of time with the ex, she was kind of moaning about it because, like, oh, it's starting to get ratty. It's like, no, it's my couch and love seat. Shut up. And then we split up. And initially, I let this dude, a friend of mine in Vegas, have it, who had no furniture. Um, when I was in that little bedroom, little apartment. But when it came time to moving back into this place big enough to accommodate the kids, I was like, "Hey, dude, are you using that? You might have to take it back." He's like, "No, I'm not really using it. Take it back." So I took it back, put it back in here, and literally within, it's as old as it is, the leather was getting worn, and last fall, sure enough wear and tear, it started getting some holes in it, and then we get the puppy in, and she at one point dug a hole bigger until we kind of corrected her on that. But by the beginning of this year, it's like, this ain't gonna work at all. This ain't gonna work. We gotta get. I had known for a while I needed to replace the things, but uh, it came to a head when there was now holes in the damn things. And my mom came over and she's like, "Son, you need to change this." He's like, "Yes, mom, I know." She found a place. She found this person on Craigslist. I'm at work and she's finds this guy on Craigslist who is selling his couch and love seat for like 150 bucks. So I was like, all right, cool. So we'll go get that really nice looking couch, leather, black. And actually, the coloration works much better for my living room than the couch and love seat I had. So I rent a truck and we go up and get it and bring it back down. Then it's like, well, what am I going to do with this couch and love seat that I used to have? And it's like, all right, well, let's just try to give it away. And of course, mom's like, hey, put it out on the street. And I was like, well, the neighborhood I live in, you can't really just put it on the street because the HOA is annoying. And the HOA is annoying, but I would find it annoying too if some dude just put his stuff out on the street like that. Because this is not a neighborhood that has flow through traffic. It's a separate thing. So if you're not don't have business in this neighborhood, you're not going to come into it. So just putting it out on the street next to my little place isn't going to work. So I've put ads up on Craigslist and OfferUp and a bunch of other places for the last month or so. Um, Trying to just give the damn thing away, but no takers. Meanwhile, this thing is these two pieces are in my garage, tucked in and precluding access to my power rack, and that's been annoying me and annoying my boys for a while. And finally, this week, I said, "Screw it, I'm done. We're getting rid of this damn thing." And because I previously had talked to a junk hauler company here in town about just coming and hauling away, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it'll be $200." I'm like, "$200 Are you kidding me?" And so I went back and put more ads on Craigslist and offer up like, "Oh, let's get rid of this damn stupid thing." And no, nobody wanted it. Well, I can't blame nobody for wanting it because it had holes in the leather, but you'd think there'd be somebody out there who's like, "I don't care, I'll fix it up and it's free," but nobody did. So yesterday I was like, "Screw it." I went on Yelp and I said, uh, I went on Yelp and did the whole, I got this thing, get rid of it. Somebody give me quotes. And I had like 16 different companies give me quotes. And the cheapest company out there offered $50. I was like, $50, come get it. And never heard back from them. This other company offered 100, which was, the previous other companies that I talked to had been 200. It's like, all right, come on over. And they said, all right, between 8 and 10 today. So I did some driving this morning early, not as early as normal because I was, wiped last night and actually got some sleep for a change. And came back and got ready, got everything ready for the dude to pick up. He was a little late because he was busy hauling some stuff elsewhere, but he took it away. And he also, I also, I didn't think about it when I talked to him. It was like when I set it up, but I had a bunch of just scrap wood that the previous owner had left that had been sitting in the garage forever. That I was like, when I first moved in, I was like, oh yeah, I'll do something with that. And I've done nothing with it in more than 2 years. So it's like, okay, take this, will you? And it's like, yeah, no extra fee. We'll take that too. So got rid of the old sofa and love seat. My power rack and my heavy bag are back, and you know, usable again. So I'm feeling good. So that's the the awesomeness of the day. The not so awesomeness of the day, well, was is the thing that I was trying to find, and I haven't been able to find the damn thing. So on LinkedIn. So maybe I'll just have to find a different a different way. Well, screw it. I'll just talk to it. So on LinkedIn this morning, there was this dude who was like, "Hey, I just wrote this article. It's awesome about this awesome woman." It's like, okay, who's the awesome woman? It's like this ginger haired girl who's hopping a post, who's in Marine garb, and it's like, okay, what's up with this? And it's like, this woman has broken barriers in the U.S. military. Well, how did she break a barrier in the U.S. military? She was the first female Marine to die in combat. It's like, we're celebrating that. We we're celebrating the fact that one of our women got killed fighting for an evil globalist empire that's trying to subjugate the rest of the world beneath an evil debt enslavement society of woke evilness. How is that? How is that? I mean, okay, so maybe this. I know nothing about this lady, and if she was, you know, and what she did or when she did it or how she did it, but it's like, but I'm at the point where I can't celebrate anybody. Not going to denigrate anybody who decided to go and fight the good fight and be the join up and do what they're going to do to fight, defend their country as they see it. But it's like, really, you're no. It's like, sorry, this is me figuring out how this damn stupid StreamYard thing works. Anyway, far be it from me to in any way denigrate what I have done, which was to, if I go and be, hook your country up. But there's also the side of, hey, what are you fighting for? But beyond that, it's like, why are we celebrating that our women are getting killed? The feminists will go and say, oh yeah, we've always fought. Look at this, the Viking women, they always did this stuff, and they were, there's documentation of Viking women going out and defending their country. Oh yeah, they did. When there's a siege going on, and there's the last defense. All right, here's the thing. This is the shot that came up on LinkedIn. Apparently, this is the front page of some magazine out there, and this is the lady. I guess she was a major when she got killed. The lady Marine who apparently got killed in combat somehow. Since I don't know any details, but it's like, hey, look at this. There's a woman. She got killed in combat. That's not a good thing. It's really not a good thing. Yeah, the Viking women went out and fought at the last defense of their countries. They were going to be destroyed. Their countries were going to be destroyed if they didn't come out and fight at the end, and they were valiant and they did awesome stuff and it was cool. But that's not the case for the U.S. military. The last time a U.S. military person died actually defending America was 1865. You could say that the battle against Japan in World War II was kind of defending America, but because they attacked us, but of course we goaded them into attacking us, and we knew when the attack was coming, and we let it happen because FDR, or the satanic douchebag who's burning in hell right now, is wanted to get into the war just to fight Germany. We didn't ignore Japan, but put all our resources against Germany first, right? And so the only justification for us to fight World War II would have been to fight Germany, or fight Japan rather. Germany declared war on us because they had to, because they were allied with Japan, but Germany did nothing to us. Germany did nothing to us in World War One. The Lusitania was a false flag, and pretty much every war since every war since 1812 has been a war of conquest and imperialism. And this is the latest batch. And it's like, oh, this woman got killed in combat. Yay for her. Yay for women. No, not yay for women. We shouldn't be sending our women off to die for no benefit. If we're in the last defense of ourselves, and all our good fighting men are dead, and we need to go have our women go and defend our nation, that's one thing. It's another thing to be like, yay, yay, rah, rah, women, let's go kill our women, because no good reason for an imperialist conflict that benefits us not at all. In fact, only serves to further destroy our country. And whatever. I've said enough. Um, that torqued me off seeing that today. Um, as you can probably tell. Yeah, and of course, I don't know why I go on LinkedIn anymore. It's all just mindless. Like, yay! Today, it's been like, yeah, look at that. Ukrainians sank a Russian cruiser. Well, did they really? There's a Russian cruiser that got damaged, and Ukrainians saying they shot a missile at it, but did they really? Or was it like the Russians said, where there was a fire that cooked off a magazine and the magazine went off? But even if the Ukrainians did, yeah, and in fact, it did damage this Russian cruiser, why do I or anybody in America care? It's not our fight, except that it is, because we are the aggressor, the evil empire that's been encroaching on Russia for the last 20 years, and the rest of the world for the last 30 or 40 years. And now, China's been fighting back their own way, and India is sort of doing their own thing. But Russia's finally said, screw you, NATO. You're trying to encroach right on our doorstep. We're going to take it over. Never mind the events of 2014, where the United States, enacted a coup to overthrow the lawfully elected government of the Ukraine, because the Ukrainian government wanted to be friendly with their neighbors, Russia, but we don't want that, because because Russia, and so we overthrew them, and to set up a money laundering, child trafficking institution there that we know for a fact, no, that they've been that our current president has been making money hand over fist through bribes and other illicit activity in Ukraine. And it's almost certain, as attractive as Ukrainian women are, that there's been all kinds of children trafficked out of there to feed the lusts of our satanic leaders here and elsewhere. And meanwhile, they've been, they've been abusing their they've got neo-Nazis fighting for them. They've been abusing the Russian speaking people there for what, 8-10 years now, shelling them forever. Can we blame Russia for pushing back on that? No, I can't. Man, I'm in the George Washington version. It's like, hey, don't get entangled in foreign don't do foreign entanglements. Mind our own damn business. If we'd done that for the last 50 years, we've been half the problems we've had now. But no, there's a bunch of douchebags who want to have an empire. And I bought into that empire stuff. I bought into all that neocon dupe shittery hard. Yeah, after 9/11, I remember 9/11 vividly. I remember what happened there vividly. And afterwards, I was like, yeah, let's go get those mother truckers. And I remember thinking, yeah, I remember hearing the neocon sales pitch. Yeah, we'll go set up democracy. We'll go port freedom. And then we don't have to worry about it. It's like, yeah, all people want democracy and freedom. Never mind that we've never been a democracy. In fact, we were explicitly set up not to be a democracy, because democracy is evil and destructive to the people of the nation. But because most people are idiots. But I bought into all that, and then I watched Iraq and Afghanistan and all this other stuff and saw it completely fail. And then people double down on it. People not admitting the failure, and people saying, "Hey, we're going to do this more. We're going to topple other countries that didn't do anything else. We're going to topple Libya. Why did we topple Libya? Oh, right, because they were trying to set up a banking system that was outside of the IMF scheme. And we're going to go into Syria. Why? We're going to topple Syria. Why? I don't know. Nobody knows. Well, somebody knows, but I don't know. All I know is Syria. Apparently, they like Russia more than us, and really, why wouldn't they? But also, I don't know. Maybe they were doing a banking scheme that wasn't part of the IMF too. I don't know. But everything I've come to find that I've come to learn through reading and not paying attention to news, but actually looking at what's really happened. Everything I've been told forever was a lie. It's like, it's okay. We'll go, not forever, but everything politically I've been told for a long time was a lie, especially on the geopolitical scheme. So I was like, okay, I don't buy it. So when this Ukraine thing kicked off, I was like, I don't buy anything of what you're saying to me now. And okay, cool. So the Ukrainians maybe sank, well, severely damaged a Russian cruiser. Cool. I saw a picture of it. It's a Slava class cruiser that was built in the 80s. Great. Good on you. Meanwhile, your troops are still being encircled and you're losing the war on the ground front. So hey, go for it. Hey, celebrate it. Yeah, I guess you got to do what you do, unless it was actually, like the Russians are saying, unless it was actually just a fire that spread too far and it kicked off the magazine. At some point, we'll know for sure. All I know is that the official line's BS. And I've gone very far afield from the discussion I was going to have at the beginning about removing junk. I blame the fact that I've been having some wine because I decided if I wasn't going to drive this morning and this afternoon, I was going to hang out, wait for the junk guy. And I had some lunch and had some wine, and apparently I'm feeling it a bit. And based on what the email Google sent out yesterday about you can't do anything except for support Ukraine, I guess I'll be feeling some wrath on this at some point, maybe. Good thing I also go to Rumble and Odyssey. Anyway, I think I have talked enough about this one. I'm going to sign off and I'm going to go and write. Yeah, do some writing. That's what my business is supposed to be. I'm going to finish work on the thing I'm doing for getting campaign season out. I'm going to work on the next book after that. And I'm also going to start a new great short story challenge. I got that set up with my mentor today. I'm going to, starting in beginning of June, in addition to do the long form fiction that I've done for for years, but also since I quit corporate. I've been doing long form stuff, but I've been neglecting the short stuff. So I'm going to start that back up, a short story a week in June, in addition to long form novels that I'll keep on doing. And so we're going to get a lot of production here. And since I'm going with the challenge through the mentor again, I will have a definitive hard stop deadline each week for the short work, which will be helpful for that. And since I'm going to do Kickstarters and the other stuff for the longer stuff, I'll have definitive hard stop deadlines for that. So you'll get a lot of stuff out of me, and that's going to be good. I'm out. Go to michaelkingsbook.com, sign up for the newsletter, sign up to be a member of the site, go to the store, buy my books. You can buy my books on Amazon and the other places too, but it's better to come straight from me. Why? Because if anybody who doesn't know by now that the Silicon Valley companies are capricious and evil and going to do what they're going to do and maybe screw the people who work for them if they can. I don't work for them, but I work through them, and who knows what they're going to do next. So better for me and for you if we go one-on-one together, have a relationship. Then if you like my stuff, you can get it from me. If I like that you like my stuff, and I always do because I love you and want you to be happy, the I will keep producing. So go straight to my store. That's the best place. But also come here to YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, my podcast stream, and everywhere else, and subscribe. And make sure you come back tomorrow. Tomorrow at 2 o'clock, we'll do another stream where I'll talk about something else random, and maybe I'll piss people off like I might have done today. On Saturday, come to Michael Kingswood's uh, Storytime with Michael Kingswood YouTube channel, and you can view the next story from Stories from the Great Challenge, which is story number 11, VIP Treatment, which is the second Dustin Cofield story. The first story I did with Dustin Cofield was also came out of this Great Challenge. And that was on a Story Saturday stream, 7 weeks ago? It was called Naughty and Nice. The Dustin Cofield is a secret agent. He works for an organization that nobody knows about because it doesn't exist, and his purpose is to defend Santa Claus's outfit from the elves who fled the North Pole because of labor issues and are now trying to screw up Christmas for everyone, and Dustin is not going to let that happen. So VIP Treatment is the next story in that saga. Come back then and you can hear it. Or you can go buy Stories in the Great Challenge now. That'd be awesome too. All right, I'll talk to you then. Until we see each other, either tomorrow or on Saturday, don't do anything I wouldn't do.